Hey, hey, hey. Happy Friday evening, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited to be here. It's so nice to see everyone. I'm sorry I'm still a little avatar over here. My nose is still red. So, like any good female, I'm a little vain. And so I cannot put any makeup, anything on the nose while it's healing because I had surgery at the nose site. So, anyway, not to talk about me. We're here for foodie tonight, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's having a great Friday night. I had so much fun with everybody last night. I've had a lot of great comments about people just seeing how much fun we were having. Happy 1st of March. Isn't it the Ides of March? Isn't the 1st of March the Ides of March, if I'm correct? If I'm remembering my Shakespeare or my Roman classical studies correctly from back in the day. I think it is. But happy Friday, everybody. So I wanted to go back to our friend Foodie tonight. I hope everybody's got their fitness stuff out, even though it's late. I'm just going to let you know I've been out. I did see that a couple other reactors went live. And so I always check ahead of time. I'm like, because I had, came in at about 7 something and I go in, I always see like who's going to go live, who's scheduled to go live, and I look ahead and I'm like, okay, I don't see anybody. Let me schedule to go live. And then the next thing I know, I go live and there's like 3 other people going live about the same stuff. So for those of you who have decided to join me this evening, I so appreciate it. So we got Miss Catherine in the house. We got Miss Pixie. Rosebud always pops in. Hey, Rosebud, happy Friday. We got Miss Sunflower. Miss Cough Kitty's here. Hey, kitty cat. We got Cat C. Em, you're not early. You're on time. Got Pam here. Hey, Pam. I know you've been out probably doing some fun stuff today. I'm trying to move up the chat. Why is my chat not moving? Here we go. We got Trigger Me Elmo. You look, you're on time, and we love that for you. Got Deborah in the house. 2 Dalmatians is here. Got Jessica here. Thank you, guys. I hope I got everybody. If Miss Brooks is here. And Mariam Bella's here. Hey, guys. Well, we don't have fashion tonight. We have fitness. So I hope you're all ready. Oh, 2 Dalmatians and a pin. Hey, hi. I've got my 4-pound weights over here. That's me. That's me, a runner. That's me. That's actually me at home in Virginia Beach behind me. So that's trying to get. You're shoveling snow off the snow. Well, I hope you like looking at the beach back there, Pam. I'm bringing fitness. I know Foodie lives by the beach, and so do I. Something she and I have in common. And so I thought since she's getting her fitness app out, we would be fit with Foodie. Hey, Paige, how's it going? Turn the page. Hi, nurse. We got Miss Bella Italia's back. Hey, guys. Miss Lindsay's in the house. You're just in time. We haven't even started looking. I just apologize. Usually I go live and I don't usually mind having people see my facial reactions. But my nose has been very red and I can't cover it with makeup and I'm vain. I'll admit it. I'm like any good person. I'm a little vain. And so anyway, I'm going to be you're in your togs by the looks. Well, you're jealous. Oh, I can promise you the weather not like that here at the moment. This is not how it is in Virginia Beach. Oh, you have 12-hour drives in the ocean? Oh, well, I won't tell you how quick I can walk to the ocean because that would make you sad, Pam. It's very close by. But my family's from Virginia Beach originally. So I'm a beach girl. I am a beach girl. I will admit it. But I try to be safe. What's togs? I have no idea. Trigger me, Elmo. I'd be interested to know. I'm always interested to know. You live around the mountains? Well, I mean, the one good thing about Virginia is we're never too far from the mountains either. That's the one good thing about Virginia is the mountains are not too far by. So we get some rivers and some mountains and the ocean. If we want to go up to DC, that's, it's a very nice state anyway. A New Zealand expression. Oh, swimming costume. Oh, yes. Thank you. Togs. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We do use that term in England too. Now I'm thinking back. Oh, my goodness. That's going to jog me all sorts of memories. Anyway, yeah, dogs. That's right. Thanks. Nice. I love learning stuff. That's right. Anyway, foodie guys. Oh, my goodness. She's come out with a fitness app. And I think she's talking about her diabetes. So we're back in a health talk. And I am always excited to hear this. So we're going to take a look at this. And if it doesn't take a terrible amount of time and it isn't terribly late, she did that live stream that we saw just the picture of last night where she looked like a Disney villain. And anyway, I don't know. She's smoking the shisha the entire time, and it's a little bit irritating to me. This one, she's just eating food and talking about fitness. So we'll see. Takes us the time sometimes to get through these things. So maybe we'll be here, and this is all we'll need to see tonight. So that might be it. She's oh, but she yes, she's talking about her health, him. She's off on a health hog. She's got a calorie plan. She's on a fitness app. She's, shoveling food at the same time. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. There's nothing healthy about it, Shelley. We know this. And she shows, yeah, here we go again. Yep, it's absolute. I think she even shows her blood sugar. So this should be fun. I mean, it's just I'm always not surprised. Let's say that. I'm never surprised. I'm always going to have good fun because I think we're back to phase one of the cycle. Absolutely, Catherine. The cycle to phase one has returned, and she's kind of miserable with it too. So I don't know if like the apathy, miserable sort of personality that goes along with the fitness org is part of that, but she's certainly doing it. Yeah. So if you guys have hand weights, I've got my 4-pound ones over here. We can always do some little bicep curls as we watch Chantel put food in her mouth. So yeah, I encourage it all the way. Hey, just Jamie. Health, yes. And of course, she doesn't need to see a doctor to start a fitness program. She can just delve right into it straight away because she's very healthy. And one of the good things about, starting a fitness program is having unmanaged type 2 diabetes, probably raging blood pressure, and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease that says you're only out 2 hamburgers away from a cardiac event. So yeah, I think she's gonna do great because she doesn't get out and exercise. And that last time where she took that trip and fall, I don't think that was necessarily just the curb. I actually do think. Are you trying to play with your toy June bug and I'm not paying attention? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My dog was going nuts over there on the floor. Hey, Eileen, she said her legs hurt too much to do any walking. Well, that's always a good way to start a fitness routine. I have a whole thing I'm planning on about her sciatica arc and how that one has kind of come to some strange end because she doesn't really like to talk about the sciatica anymore. Hey, Team Psychor, how's it going? Hi, guys. Hi, Dot. She's got gang. Oh, yes. If you go over to, I think it was Cat Snaps, her upload today showed Foodie's feet from the past. And if they did not look good. And if that was some time ago, like a few years ago, and that's she's obviously gonna hide stuff, guys. We know that. She's not gonna be truthful. She's not gonna be truthful. Hey, Soft Kitty, come on in. And she uses small dinner plate. Yeah. Well, she's supposedly counting calories. So let's see how she does. Hey, Jennifer, come on in. All right, guys. This is supposedly the most satisfying meal. And I haven't seen this. I kind of heard it from the background. I kind of saw it from other channels because I don't like to watch Foodie unless you guys are around. I can't watch Foodie without my community because it's just too much for me. She's too much. So anyway, I think we'll see. I'm gonna let you see how slowly she came in to the live, or no, I think it's no, sorry, no, it wasn't a live, it was a pre-recorded. And of course, this sub numbers has come up as well. Anyway, let me bring her to the stage. Her sub numbers went back to 101,000. I don't know what happened, but she went back up. So I think you can see here. But it just, I don't know. She's had 4,000 views in 5 hours. She is very low energy on this, I have to say. So I'm going to play her at the speed that she actually released the video. And then I'm going to speed it up probably to 1.5 or something like that, just because she is so slow when she talks. And it can be really hard to watch her. All right, guys. This is what she starts out saying. And it's interesting. It says, according to MyFitnessPal, this meal is 1,252 calories. I have 598 calories left for the day. So Foodie has decided, oh, let me make me small. I apologize. Boom. Is that me? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Foodie has decided that I guess she's on 1,800 calories. The sodium content too. I don't think she's looking at sodium content, Bella Italia. I don't think she thinks about those things. But she is a fitness guru. Okay, she got 101,000 subscribers who are learning from this. So I'm just, and obviously I'm just a hater over here, but that's okay. We can guesstimate her sodium, shall we? Does it count for snacks? Adult, she doesn't snack. How dare you suggest that Foodie would snack throughout the day? She's on a strict 3-meal only amount. I don't know. It doesn't leave her many calories, does it? Can you imagine? She has one meal that has covered 1,252 calories. Now, I can tell you that the meals that I tend to eat will range anywhere from, because I want to eat 3 times a day. So my meals to kind of get to the 2,000, 2,200 mark that I kind of aim for, I may have meals around, 6 to 700 in order for, and then that gives me some space for snacks throughout the day. And I kind of keep that consistent in the calories and the macros for the meals that I eat. And then I can fill in with my little snacks of, a little handful of nuts, a little popcorn, a little fruit, something like that. So, yeah. What's this? Has Chantel decided not to listen to Doctor? Psych ward. That's a presumption that she actually has a doctor. We know she don't have any doctors. She saw that one doctor when she probably was not feeling well in Kuwait, because she can't afford the actual care in Kuwait. She can't afford the care. She can't afford the care. She always away. Yeah, and we got to remember, I know if you, obviously, a lot of people watch Are You Serious, that she talked about when Ramadan is starting. And it takes a while. It takes a while before they exactly know, because there's a lot of things involved with the dates of when it actually takes place, and it involves and the prayer times and so forth. And so, but she explained all that last night. And so this is probably a shisha-free meal because she's not supposed to be smoking, which she would probably just take off camera, but still smoke at home because she's just, not truthful. And she's supposed to be fitness. But I can't imagine if you're going to restrict your calories, you eat the way she's already eating, you take one meal and you consume that many calories, and then you just leave yourself this. That means that both of the other 2 meals, if you even only doing 3 meals a day, have to be less than 300 calories. And that's pretty low. That's not very many calories in a meal. I just think that's not great. Yeah. Yeah. He admitted, yes, he did. He did. And he also admitted that her back is what's hurting her. She don't have sciatica. And I think the more I keep saying it, the more other creators in the community are starting to hear the message, and she is being called out on it more, and people are starting to mention it's more likely to be diabetic neuropathy, probably a vitamin B deficiency, vitamin D deficiency. A lot of those types of deficiencies can make changes in your gait. So it's a lot of other stuff. And I think she can sell it to people a lot of times because people are not medical professionals. And so they don't necessarily have trained in judgment as to when you're listening and looking at somebody and assessing somebody. And for Foodie, the sciatica and the way she moves and the treatment that she supposedly was receiving was nothing indicative of sciatica. So it's a big fat schematica lie. And I'm actually working on a piece called Selling It's called Selling Sciatica. And it kind of it's going to take us through the sciatica arc and hopefully just stop her nonsense. So bad. Could the back pain also be kidneys or worse? Potentially. I mean, definitely lower back pain would be something that if it were persistent and the patient had been you especially with patients that you could see could have potential comorbidities like Chantel, absolutely you would potentially want to get laboratory work that would show how the kidneys are functioning. Just as you get like your CBC, your BMPs, there are obviously panels that you can pull for, every other organ in the body that will tell you how those organs are functioning. So yeah, yeah. Yes, Pam's kid. Yeah, yeah, right down there. Yes, yeah. And of course, when I had kidney, yes, exactly, exactly. Because that's where the kidneys sit. It's right there. Well, exactly. Well, a lot of people have sciatica, absolutely. But Foodie doesn't have sciatica. That's not her problem. She doesn't walk like somebody with sciatica. She's doesn't move like she moves like she's got diabetic neuropathy more so or other deficiencies and not sciatica. Sciatica is not what she has. She just uses that because her grandma had sciatica. And so she can think, and it gets garners more sympathy, I think, other than saying whatever probably going on, which is probably the diabetic neuropathy, because that's not going to garner as much sympathy from people because it's more self-inflicted from her. So she thinks if she says sciatica, more people have had sciatica, she's going to get more sympathy from the audience. They're not going to give her as much sympathy if she's sitting there telling them about her diabetic neuropathy as she chows down like 6,000 calories in front of them of carbs primarily. So that's what's going on. It's like saying she has lumbago. She's just she's saying stuff because she doesn't like to say really what's going on. I think it's a little bit different than that. I've had other medical professionals and we've kind of looked at her walking around. She looked like she got neuropathy, girl, especially the way she stubbed that toe and fell the other day. Just in my professional opinion, it's just speculation. We're all just speculating. She walks like she's 9 months pregnant with triplets. Yeah, she really does. And she's got other issues there too. She doesn't wear good footwear. Remember that was one of the earliest conversations I ever had. When she walks around in those little sketches. She needs better shoes. All right, let's keep playing this. She's going to be starving on this. This is not, and we talked about this with Amber Lynn last night, that she probably could eat a little bit more than this and still lose weight for somebody who's used to chowing 6,000 calories in a meal. She's going to be eating chocolate bars in the background. She's set up for failure on this, in my professional opinion. All right, guys, before she gets started, let's take a look. Okay. There's looks like a big tub of yogurt over there on the side. Got a little bit of a salad there, but it looks like it's just a little bit on top of chicken. She's got some pita bread. She's got to have that bread. She can't just not have bread. I mean, she could have got rid of the bread and maybe lost, what's that, half a pita? What's that? 60 calories, maybe? Is that about how much a half a pita has? I'd have to look it up. Thanksgiving dinner? Is that what you think? Oh my. It's very brown, isn't it? It's very brown. Well, she did put some green here. She loves that chicken. I guess that's tomato covered in something. She'll explain. Is looking really swollen, sunflower? Yeah, we're concerned about her kidneys. Too much carbs. Yes, Rosebud. It's still way too many carbs. Holy carbs. Yes. And I'm curious, is that sausage in the rice? Has she put like a meat into the rice and then she got meat over here? Why would you make like a meaty rice, like a sausage rice or whatever type that is? Like a Cajun andouille? Like what they call that, like a sausage andouille rice? And then a lot of dressing, whatever that is, has been just annihilated with whatever that is. What's that? Pickles? It's gotta be pickles over here, man. It's not a big flex, actually. Like it, right? Right. It's not a flex, right? And I think if she really does not have sciatica, because her grandmother had sciatica, cat, and she has like she said, Salah was having gallbladder surgery, and that's what she experienced. So there's a sort of way that she uses other medical situations to kind of explain other stuff for herself because she got issues. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I think she felt like she could, yeah, do other stuff. It's wild. It's hey, she could always have that and die. Well, she could, but the way she twists and moves and has never worked with a physical therapist and it's suddenly gone away, it just does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense, Sapphire, sadly. You know? She don't have sciatica, girl. Nobody thinks she got sciatica. She ordered that meal and didn't make it. You don't think she made this rice at home? The chicken she didn't make. Even though she always buys chicken, she didn't buy that chicken. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't think. Well, she was saying it went away. Well, that's bullshit. Exactly. That's the reason why it's like it just doesn't make sense. I've had to work with a lot of patients with sciatica. A lot of sciatica patients have kind of been, or people who experience sciatica have commented that she just doesn't seem to be somebody who's experiencing sciatica. It's more likely she's used her grandmother's history of sciatica and used it to cover up whatever really is going on with her. Because she's, likes to say medical stuff, but she kind of likes to not really be truthful, of course, because it's foodie. You don't expect her to be truthful. Right. She's the doctor's like the vitamin shots. Yeah. And vitamin shots for sciatica. Nobody gets vitamin shots for sciatica like that. It's very rare. She would be going to physical therapy. And the most they may do is the NSAID. But then you would want to make sure her cardiac function was okay. It's a lot more involved. And she doesn't have a primary care. So there's no one overseeing any type of treatment plan. So for her to suggest that she's receiving some sort of treatment through a treatment plan to manage sciatica on a tourist visa in Kuwait, when Pete has already admitted that she says that care is very expensive and she doesn't have the money for care and it's really her back that's hurting, not sciatica, because that's what she told her friend, then we know she's just full of it. So she's just full of it. And the way she doesn't, drink a lot of water and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised. And with her heart too, with the kidneys, that could be potentially part of the problem as well. So yeah. Well, come on in, Amanda. You are fine. We're just talking about, we don't think whether, foodie. And I know everybody's like popping in and out. There's lots of people going live. It's Friday night. Let's just watch this. Let's see her explain it. It's very brown. It's got to be pickle. And this, I think, is just hiding. Looks like beans underneath. This is not actually a lot of green here. Not a lot of green. It's very little. And this is what you want to kind of fill up with. on a meal is like low calorie, low carb, cruciferous type veggies and so forth that can give you a lot of, fullness and still not increase the calories, so that if you are saying, oh, I've got 1,800 calories to eat, then it will be able to be more evenly spread throughout the day rather than eating close to 1,300 calories in one sitting, which is quite a lot, actually. All right, let's keep going, Foodie. All right, we're going to see. She's got very little energy. So let's just see how comatose she sounds. Oh, no.
Hi, welcome back to another video. Well, hello. Before I start this video, I just wanted to inform you that you can get a cameo. What is a cameo, you might ask? It's a personalized video that I make just for you that you can keep forever. And it makes a great birthday gift, any special occasional gift, if you want a pep talk, if you want some advice.
Hey, the redness, guys.
Stuff like that, Or maybe if you just want to ask me why I have a lot of cat hair
all over
CPAP.
my
hid job.
Put your weights
I can
out.
answer that too. Anyways, get yours now and don't delay. Send a cameo to someone today. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another video. Today I have some food that I'm going to have with you for dinner. So I hope you have grabbed your dinner and are going to eat dinner with me. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Bismillah. I'm not wearing my ring today because I do not want the chicken grease to get on it. I'm sure you can understand. So yes, and I'm au naturel right now, kind of halfway. So here I have some chicken breast, one pita, some rice with potatoes I made myself. It's like tomato rice with potatoes. Okay. I have some hummus here, and some fattoush salad, and some pickles, and some greens, and some yogurt.
I think at one point when I did a live with you guys, we predicted that she would be cooking rice and potatoes because she bought 5 kilos of rice and 5 kilos of potatoes. And here she is. Cannot believe this girl out here with rice and potatoes and a piece of cob. That's wild. That's wild.
So yes, let's dig right in. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna go for some.
And who knows how much salt she put in that rice and potato when she cooked it? Because she's got 2 pillows of salt. Yes, there's no joy in her face.
Was it pickle?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. She is very low energy, man.
So I hope you all had a wonderful day so far. I had an amazing day.
God, I hope she didn't. She had kilos of rice and potatoes. Right.
Every day on this.
So she had to get the frozen stuff.
Am I right or am I right?
What's this? And she got all this over here. Oh
my God. Some yogurt bite for you.
Why is the table so high? One, I don't know, because she's sitting in a gaming chair. So potentially she's like got her gaming chair far too high. And the second is she's like 5 foot tall. So she's not very tall. And 2, it could be she just hasn't set that right. And I don't know also, Bellatalia, okay? We have theories in the community that hey, Sandra, come on in. All you can see is the food. Yes, so we can see the food. Thank you, Sandra. I was about to say that. It's to kind of present the food and make it so it's just she's just facing food. Just facing food, because that's kind of how the mukbang community, I believe, enjoys the content. Every community kind of have a style of presentation, and I think that is the sort of mukbang style. So that's why she's sort of sitting all strange like that. Yeah, she's tall when she sits. Oh, she is? She's not so tall when she lies down, though. She hiding her body? That too. That potentially too. But she uses a lot of filters. And here today, I hate to say it, and I know she said she's, pretty much natural today. She doesn't have a lot of makeup on. But this, you see this red here, it looks almost like the shape of a butterfly wing. And over here, it's the same shape. And that's, I had some people saying, well, she could be taking medications, giving her a lupus flare. I'm like, girl, not barely on medication. She doesn't take medications as prescribed. And I think you don't get generally chronic medication prescriptions from short-term clinics. They may give you a 30-day supply, but the anticipation is that you have a long-term provider who's going to be, following up with you on this stuff. And I don't think she has anybody like that. One, Pete's has alluded to her not having the finances, or that it's very expensive in Kuwait more to have care. And she's not a resident. So she's got issues with her being a tourist in Kuwait. So it's different. It's not like, it's like you guys. If you went off on holiday to a different place and an emergency happened, well, you may go to an urgent care. You may go into an emergency room, but you're not going to have your provider be there. And that's what they anticipate in Kuwait. So she doesn't, and it's been months since she's been in Canada. I have no idea who's prescribing her what. She's no one managing anything. Anything. Foodie is trying to do it on her own, either with fitness apps, Dr. Google, pops into clinics. That's what she's using. She has no treatment plan. She has no health care. She has no healthcare team. She's probably not measuring her blood pressure. She's barely doing her sugars. She's in a pretty bad way, because as I spoke about the other day, not to be all miserable, your body is like a house. You've got to take care of it. You can't just expect it to be a new structure. You just get on with life, and then you wake up, 60 some years later and expect everything to be brand new. It just doesn't happen. You've got to be diligent. It doesn't matter if you're what body shape, size, age, gender, preference. It doesn't really matter. Once you reach probably just even early adulthood, I would just, if you don't have the money for at least a doctor, at least just start keeping your blood pressure checked. And if you can actually keep up with your dental care, it's probably one of the most important things actually for your health also. And a lot of people rather take vacations or do other things because that's way more fun. But in the long run, you don't want to start feeling unwell getting into your late 30s if you can prevent it as much as possible. Obviously, everyone's, we have disorders and hereditary things. And that obviously is not going to be as easy to manage health, and everyone understands that. But she's in a different situation, man. Hers is down to personal choice.
Yummy.
Oh, Cat, see, I go to the dentist all the time. As a
So
cardiac nurse, I go to the dentist 2 to 3 times a year.
I prayed Fajr this morning early, and then I went back to bed for a bit, and I slept like on and off throughout the day, kind of like in between prayers because I was just like, I don't know, kind of low energy, and I was fasting for the day, so I didn't eat until now. Like, this is my first meal.
Oh, okay, Kat. Thank
I
you.
don't think that I'll eat anything else.
But I did actually just go to the dentist, so you were correct about that. It's probably why I was talking about that too. Oh,
But
talk about. Oh,
I do want to share my weigh-in.
uh-oh. Before she does that, hold on. Okay, so she's about to do her weigh-in. Okay. Gosh. We never really get to see her do a proper weigh-in. Sorry, Kat. I was like, what do you mean? I'm all like promoting the dentist. Absolutely. I'd always promote the dentist. That is probably, one of the things that will be probably the most beneficial thing that you can do. They are expensive and insurance is terrible in the United States. I understand. But it is going to probably be one of the things that's going to keep you, one, looking young, because having, pearly white teeth help you stay looking, young. And then secondly, a dentist can spot a lot of stuff going on and they take your blood pressure and do a lot of other things that can help you kind of keep a general health check. So it's a if you're young, the one thing I always say is don't skip on the dentists. Don't go through your 20s and not go to the dentists. And because it'll be way more expensive. Prevention is better than curing in dentistry, man. You hate say sent to get checked by specialists. Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's because you really should take care of it. You should. The red rash on her face is her liver. You think her liver, Wookie? See, I thought it looked like a lupus flare, but you think it may be the liver disease? That's interesting. Oh, I'm gonna have to look further into that. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to go look for that for the inflammation now. That could make sense. Well, her liver, there's a different name now. A lot of people have been calling it non-fatty alcoholic liver disease. It actually has a different name. I'm going to pull up the new name and then we're going to watch our weigh-in. There's a new name for it. It's MA. It's now called, there's a new name for it. It's not, because it wasn't covering the disease and they felt that there was a stigma somewhat attached. They now call it metabolic dysfunction associated steatotic liver disease. Doesn't that just roll off the tongue? Or MASLD, or the acronyms. But that is now, since 2023, that is now what they have renamed that. So it's now called a metabolic dysfunction associated steatotic liver disease. Say that when you've been drinking all night. But yeah, that's what they now call that. So it's a little bit interesting. You just have to go. I just can't watch her. Okay, Sunflower. We just appreciate you stopping on by. Just think on, we always are going to go to other content. Don't worry, glitters will come back. We'll do other stuff. Yeah, foodie tough sometimes, man. Foodie tough. Yeah, yeah. High inflammation about it. Right, exactly. Yes, very inflammatory. And I don't think that she helps it out, man. All right, let's take a look at this. See what she says her weight is. Because I don't think I wonder about the accuracy. Because we don't really see her get her feet on there. Because I don't think she wants us to see those toes. I just don't think she wants us to see the toes. Oh, what? Okay. She said she was just shy of 160 kilos. We didn't even hear it say, I'm ready. Hey, Erica. I'm 32. I'm just getting it done now. Well, I'm always going to promote things that I think are your best care. I'm not a fan of like a lot of the new age alternative stuff. I think it has a place, complementary medicine, but I'm not, I wouldn't use that as my primary preventative care. But yeah, she said, how many pounds is that? It's 2.2 kilos to the pound. So we need to multiply that 160 by 2.2. What is that? What's 160 by 2.2? Has anyone got that calculator out? Right, exactly. There's no way she's only 350 pounds. That's right. So it's like, what's that? Yeah. Thank you. 343.92. Yeah, that's what she said. You don't think it's her weight, Eileen? Come on. You think she's lighter than that? I don't think she's lighter. I don't think she could be lighter. Lack of toes. Yeah, that's why she weigh a little less. She doesn't have any toes. She is 5'1", Trigger Me Elmo. She is 5'1", but there have been a lot of videos that have come out that have shown her when she actually weighed 350 pounds and she was working with a personal trainer and have showed her side by side. She doesn't look like the same 350 pounds. And I don't think she has more muscle or had more muscle then. I think that we don't ever see her. We don't know. She could put 100. She could put 100. Who knows? She could put 1 foot on there. There's a ways to trick those scales, and we don't even hear it. We don't see her. We don't see anything. We just saw 0, and then we just saw the number, and we're supposed to believe that's her weight. Oh my gosh, she's so bad. Close to the 400. Yeah, she's close to looking to when she was 400. Is that what she looks like? But we don't know because she uses so many filters. It's hard, it's really hard to say. I mean, she could be around that weight because I've worked with patients who are that weight and about her height, and but I think she looks larger. I think she's pushing at least over 400. She's an absolute pathological liar. Absolutely. 400. Yeah. I mean, like, I put your guesses in the chat. If you think you say 400, Trigger Me Elmo, put whatever you think, guys. Whatever you think in pounds or kilos that she really does weigh. Put it in the chat. It's not the body shame, but we just don't think you're being realistic, Foodie. We're not body shaming you, girl. I can't believe that she's using 1,300 calories almost on this. I can't believe you put potatoes and rice. I mean, I know that happens. Don't get me wrong. But I just think it's not very healthy. And she's so low energy. Gosh, girl. I'm about to speed her up. She don't get more exciting. Because she's very low energy. You think?
And my blood sugar reading.
I like Shireen's guess.
Because I'm going to kind of go back to using my YouTube channel as kind of just a diary for health, my life.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That pita bread looks dry and bland, man.
So I'm
hummus
up there, back up there.
Look at hummus there. A lot of oil, probably. Look at the oil. You can see the oil on here, man. Glistening oils. It's mixed with potato, Erica, too. Just so you know, there's potato in that rice. She has energy. Well, always.
My plan is
Always. I think she thinks it's a probiotic, Eileen. Maybe a blood sugar lower. Or maybe her tummy hurt.
Do what I did the last time that I lost.
Right. She's not going to talk about her health anymore. Let's see what she has to teach us.
And basically try to eat substantial, home-cooked, healthier meals to keep away the binge eating.
Did you hear that, guys? She just said she's cooking healthier, home-cooked meals to stop the binging. Glad she's wanting to do home cooking. I don't know if this looks healthier than what she usually eats. If this was cooked at home, which I don't think she did that chicken. There's no way that Foodie, I think, has the ability to bake a chicken like that. I know she bought chickens, but I don't think if she was baking that chicken, she would have made some cooking content potentially. I don't think she would have wasted the potential of a video views and making money, in my estimation. And how is it she always has her hands in her food too? Am I just starting to be so numb to her having her hands in her food now? It's just not normal. Unless you're eating like French fries. Don't get me wrong. I understand like you're eating fries, a burger, but this is like chicken and salad and rice. And her sleeve. Do you see the sleeve? It's like right there on that chicken. And she's got the ugliest top on. I'm sorry. I hate this top. And then the fingers are super chunkies tonight. She's very low energy. All right, guys. Doesn't look healthy. I don't think that looks healthy.
Because I found that was the most effective. I just didn't keep it up long enough.
Because it's healthy. Her energy is wild. Oh.
So yes, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Yes, Eileen. She's a unicorn, all right. Energy is wild. Oh, the ring is gone, Pam. Interesting. Let's look to see if that ring is. Oh, good catch, Pam. I like that. Oh, good catch, Shelly. Yeah, that sounds good. She made a pack. I'm just going to say that. Yep. This is the healthy eating phase. Exactly. We're back to the first phase of the cycle.
I've gotten to love plain yogurt lately.
Oh, it's plain yogurt.
It's so good. And it's apparently good for your digestive system.
I know. What happens if she needs the Heimlich on a chicken bone? Salah not there. He's not going to be like Heimliching her. He'd probably just run off anyway. Plain but full fat. Absolutely.
I love pickled vegetables.
It's a health journey. You should know better, soft kitty. She made all of this How dare you doubt that she did not make this healthy home cooked
So
meal
I'll try my best
herself,
to keep up with
guys?
the
Come
weigh-ins
on.
and not get
She's on a
frustrated
fitness
and
journey. She got the fitness app out. She weighed herself.
clam up.
She takes a picture of health here. What are you talking about? What do you mean? She looks very unhealthy. I'm just gonna say. Can
Well,
I
don't
just
feel like
say
sharing.
it's not no, it's plain yogurt. Oh my gosh, girl. Is there a better way to do chicken? I don't know. I don't eat chicken.
So that's what I'm going back
I just
to.
think you could get in there with a knife and a fork and be a little bit more polite with getting the chicken off the bone, maybe? Right. Oh, absolutely. Oh, she is absolutely a fitness influencer, man. Can't you tell? Look at this. Don't you feel influenced to be fit? The cat's like wanting the egg out of there.
Or low-calorie drinks.
Oh, I don't think we've even seen a napkin tonight. Gosh, I forget. Is that a diet meal? What do you mean?
A real killer.
It's Mediterranean. The Mediterranean with the fattoush salad. Oh my God, look at the sleeve. It's right here in the food. Oh, she doesn't have the wedding ring. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna play until she brings the hand. Pam caught something big. Hold on. Come on, Foodie. Let's see that finger. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right, guys. Foodie doesn't have her wedding ring on. The energy is very low this evening. Couple of theories. And I then want you in the chat to let me know which one of these theories, speculations, do you think is most accurate to Foodie's situation? Speculation A, which will be an A in the chat. A for argument. She and Salau had an argument. And she took the ring off. And Salau is not in the apartment. That's why her energy low. That's why she's like this. That's why the ring is gone. It's A for argument. B is the answer for bloated. Foodie is bloated. Foodie has swollen fingers, and that ring no longer fits. And last choice C. Well, it's obviously both. Fingers don't fit, and it's an argument with Salau, and he's now pawning the ring at the nearest Kuwaiti pawn shop. So, put your answers in the chat. We're going to see which one you guys think it is. It's A for the argument with Salau. That's why the ring has taken a hiatus. It's B for just she's really bloated. That ring not fitting anymore. The kidneys are shutting down. The heart is said, we're out of here, kaput. And C. It's actually both. And Salau's now pawned that ring off in a Kuwaiti pawn shop. Okay, let's see. I'm going to count counting up what we got here in the chat. There's 100 of you watching. Let's take an answer. If you haven't had time to hit the likes, hit the subscribes, or comments, or whatever we have going on YouTube that they like about my algorithm, then I'd love you to do that because I love it. Oh, and I want to give the good news too. I got my Yo Mama video fully monetized, which I'm shocked because he was cussing in that thing, man. We was blushing and we had to back out of Yo Mama. All right, what we got here? We've got an A, Pam is an A and a B. So that's like a C, Pam? Is that a C? C, she does it for the reaction. Okay, we got an A for the argument. We got C's here, C's. Oh, a lot of C's coming in. Shelly just says it's all of these, A, B, and C. Okay, B. Okay, so got some bloated for B's here. Got some C's, B's. Oh, B's and C's. Oh, 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 it's hard to say who won here. It's rusted off, Tiny Walnut. I think you won. A, B, C. Up there, whatever it says. It's just several reasons. Oh, okay. I get it. You can pawn the gumball machine ring, right? Absolutely. That thing is absolutely pawnable in the country of Kuwait. And I won't be told otherwise. She hawked it. Absolutely. She already ran out of her YouTube coin. She's got weeks to go, girl. The 21st is a long way off to payday. She's already had to sell that ring, hawk that ring off at the Kuwait pawn shop. Yep. Well, I actually think maybe, I don't know. I think it was almost, it looked like a tie between the B's and the C's. It's hard to say if it's for bloated or, a combination of bloating arguments and potentially a pawn shop. Or D, it just rusted off. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. She's got, what do you mean? What do you mean the dollar wasn't even worth $12, Jay? What do you mean? What do you mean? It's just as authentic as the marriage. So why would it not be worth more? The ring is authentic as the marriage. It was a beautiful ring too. You think it's at the jewelry store being resized? Yes, I think Salau is definitely the type of husband who would take the time to get that ring over to the jeweler for a resize. So yeah, you may be onto something there, Bella Talia. You may be onto something. Resize to fit? Yeah, potentially. We'll see. We'll see if we see the ring back at all. I think we need to do ring watch now. We need to do a ring watch. The gold wedding ring is MIA in action. Now, the way she eats her food and the way those hands go into the chicken, I would not be surprised if the ring had not been lost in one of her manic food fests. And potentially, now this could be option F, she ate the ring. There is another option there now. Is that E or F? But potentially the ring was lost in a handful of chicken inside a carcass because she likes to get in there. Just fell off. Ring was consumed. That's what I'm thinking. Ring was consumed. Salau might be fishing for the ring. And it'd be something that he would enjoy. Could be a whole thing. She'll have to send him into the Escasada to look for that ring. Yep, it is. It's a whole new poop hole. She'll have to poop it out. Yep, she'll have to poop it out. Tess, she'll have to poop the ring out. Absolutely. It's a poop watch. Absolutely. She fell off on the toilet and flushed it. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone inside that chicken. It's gone in the chicken. So she's so bumped. Oh, she absolutely is by the time. Oh, just Jamie. A quality gold ring can sustain hand washing, any cleaning, and chicken grease. I've had mine on daily for 28 years, and it was not thousands of dollars either. Well, Jamie, the most important thing is if that ring was given to you with true love and meaning, and it means something. I don't think the value or cost of a ring matters. I think the significance of what the ring is the most important thing. And we know that ring means a lot to Chantel. That ring has a lot of significance. It's part of a very loving, mature, satisfying marriage in a beautiful marital home. And she looks like a happy lady today. Happy, happy lady. But we appreciate that super chat, girl. Love you. I know. All right, let's get back to Chantel. We now thank you, Pam, for spotting that, by the way. Great detective work. I love it. Now we know she really not feeling good. The ring is missing. That's never a good sign, girls, because you've had yours on for 28 years, Jess Jamie. 28 years. She has a nice pool in her building. She won't use it. Well, all right, Maggie. I'm going to let you know. There has been speculation from other creators that Salau has the key to the apartment and that she doesn't really have free will. This honestly, this is true. Free will to leave the apartment and come in and out. That he has to kind of be there and let her in and out the apartment. She's alluded to it. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I don't know. There's something she's like, I don't know. She's not got free movement, it seems. Something's odd going on. Something odd going on. That's why she lost the first one? She ate the first one, Shelly? Or in the chicken? She lost it in a chicken? Oh, dear. I've never taken mine off except for surgeries. Right. Most people don't. I think that. Like, he's hiding her. Yeah, he's hiding her. Yes, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you, sometimes she slips up and says some very odd things. You don't know with Chantel if she's just literally lying or has she slipped up. Oh, he's wealthy, just Jamie. He's a wealthy, handsome man. He's the handsomest man in the world. That's not a place. Yeah, it's a hubcap. This thing is huge. It's a serving platter. It's literally a serving platter. Absolutely. She's a kept woman. She's very kept. All right, let's keep going. Her energy is wild. It's wild. I guess that was hummus.
Sometimes.
Where did all this hummus come from? Did you see the tub of hummus appeared?
I may not. Eat something super healthy. Or it may happen that I fall off. In that case, I'm going to try to get right back on and not just like go on a couple weeks long bender. You know what I mean? That's what I usually do.
No, the potatoes were like in the rice over here. The hummus is a whole separate thing, and this thing appeared out of nowhere. Because I don't remember seeing it with this here. And then she cut. The chicken was gone suddenly because she cuts the meals up.
Like 2 pitas
and then we see like hummus here. How many pitas? That's just empty calories go on that pita bread, man. Just empty calories and sugar for you.
I love fajitas.
More bread, oil. She's got the shovel. Oh God. What? Why have a utensil if you just? Oh God, I can't. How did I not? Why?
Another thing that.
Am I the only person who just really finds that like? Oh, perfect. Just to serve. Why? How? Yes. She just like, you got the spoon there, girl. She just like put her hand like and then palm the food right on top of the food on the spoon. Who does that? I mean, who's like a grown adult? Who does that? Just Chantel. If it's a salad on the side, it shouldn't be that bad, right? That's right, Chicken Me Elmo. When you've got fried bread and oil, it's not bad for you at all. That's a good for you salad. That's heart healthy. She claims she cooked. Girl, you know she cooked it. This is her fattoush salad. She got the tahini, the chickpeas, the lemon juice, the garlic, everything to do the hummus. We know she has 50 pounds of rice and potato in the house. Absolutely made that. Girl is a whiz with the air fryer for a roasted chicken. Absolutely. She made that. She made that. Get back up pit of hummus dessert. Yeah, I know. But you know, she has a whole collection of these black containers at the house that does not say takeout. That says, I whipped that hummus up myself. I don't know how you could question that this is not homemade. I don't know how we are questioning this. We know that Chantel is a dab hand in the kitchen, man. Look at her. What does she have to drink? She has water, Rosebud. She's got a whole big old bottle of water. Ever since we roasted her, everybody roasted her, okay? For the fruit juices that she was drinking as a diabetic, the fruit juices only show up in the grocery hauls. We don't actually see her drinking fruit juice now, but she has a lot of fruit juice in the house. She just shows certain things off camera because potentially she could get in trouble with YouTube. So she has to say, my most satisfying meal, I'm on a fitness journey. And this is not content that's a fitness journey. It is just language she uses to skirt around YouTube. It also lures certain people to her content. It's just bad. It's bad, girl. All right. Let's keep her going. My goodness, Chantel. I was fancying a little snack and now I'm not. Juice is under the table. Oh, absolutely. She hides it off channel. She is this generation's Julia Child. Absolutely. If you can't
Another
Uber
really
order it to
good
your
thing
house,
that-
you don't know
another
how
thing
to
that I
cook.
find
Girl.
very effective in helping with binge eating.
She's gonna eat the whole thing of hummus.
Is having
of course.
Well-rounded meals. So even this meal, if you notice, has like a bit of every food group: dairy, vegetables, carbs, protein, and fats, because there's olive oil in this hummus.
What about the olive oil you poured all over the fattoush salad, girl?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you glad you got all that education about diet from there? Yeah.
I'm
Foodie,
telling you,
you
you
tell
have
us,
to
Foodie. That's
try-
right.
If you're eating a meal, use some plain yogurt.
Oh, that's for the feeders, Tiny. They pay extra to see the food on the face. Don't be shocked.
Especially with rice. And meat.
No, she only ate one piece of pita. How dare you suggest she has more, Shelley? Looking up for Ramadan. Yes. She needs
So
to
that's
bulk.
why.
Yeah, she doesn't need it. Her lack of gallbladder can take this stuff. This is
I would
unreal.
eat just like
See, look, she
one
got a
food
shovel that she got the feet.
like
How is she gonna hold the spoon if you don't
just
have fingers?
the chicken.
She does the sleeves and the food and the.
I would probably be binging later.
Oh, lovely.
Or
Oh, that's
just the
right.
rice.
She's got a full macro complete diet here. Yeah, I think we all have questions.
Now, everyone's system is different, so I can't speak on anyone else, and I'm not trying to.
Don't you like how she explained all the food groups? There's dairy, there's fats. I mean, she had no idea what the food groups were. As far as, what makes for a diet, like protein, fats, carbs. She had like no idea. She's no. And I always want to know how much sodium's in this. Oh, look, there's more pita bread over here. How many pieces of pita bread? Oh, the hummus gone. She cuts this. So what happened to the entire tub of hummus? I see this hummus here. But where did the rest of the hummus go? And that whole entire pot of yogurt gone. This is wild that she can eat a full fat pot of yogurt here. Obviously, that's going to carry a certain amount of fats and proteins, and I don't think as much on the carbohydrates on the yogurt. I can't remember because I don't eat yogurt anymore, so I'm trying to think back. The hummus, that's got so much oil, and then the sesame, the tahini, and the chickpea, and obviously they add water, lemon juice, but there's, all of that in here. And then she had obviously the and she's sitting here talking about her. This is wild. And it's to skirt around YouTube because we know this is not healthy. This, with her diabetes and the fact she doesn't follow up with anybody, is going to just shoot her blood sugars up to the wazoo. Let's be honest. It's really bad. It's very unhealthy. Oh my God. It's really unhealthy. I think everyone can tell it's pretty unhealthy.
Keep me from not binge eating.
Right. Well, she don't. She hates the doctors. She knows.
I'm not saying it completely eliminates urges.
Yeah.
Because the urges are not only biological hunger.
It is good for digestion, but maybe not that quantity needs to be ate. Not in one meal. She could probably have ate that.
But it does
differently with some fruit or something.
Help.
That's a lot of calories. I can let you know. Okay. I can let you know as a distance runner that the one thing that we kind of keep away from is yogurt because it really will put weight on you, especially that full fat yogurt like that. Like distance runners are like, oh, I'd love to get some yogurt because we really just keep away from that stuff. It's going to put weight on you. And that's what I was saying about Anna and her about the running. And people thinking that they see runners like competitive, especially if you look at distance runners, competitive runners, more so than say sprinters. And they always think, oh my gosh. So if I run like that, I'll be thin like that. And that's the misunderstanding because that's not how it works when you run to even sort of semi-competitive levels and that I ran in, meaning that, obviously I wasn't, I was good locally, but I wasn't, as a child, I was very good, but as an adult, was more like local races I was winning. But you actively keep your calorie count down and how you eat. Now, there is carb loading and certain things that you do prior to races and stuff, and that's really just to kind of build up the glucagon stores into the liver so that when you are racing and you need that extra sugar to produce energy in your body cells, it's been stored up inside the liver a little bit higher. Now, that's why we do that. But you're not really going to lose the weight from running. Runners stay actively thin in order not to carry weight over distance. And that's why I always find it interesting to watch people on these health journeys and weight loss journeys, and they talk about running, and I think they think that is what's going to melt the pounds off. It's not really the case. You're really not going to probably burn as many calories running as you think, especially the speed and the distances that these people are carrying. You're not out there running for, there's times where I used to stack up and bring food, snacks, drinks, into a little backpack that I used to have with like water in the backpack, like special stuff to run with, because I was going to be out for 3 or 4 hours running. But I knew I would be taking breaks in between. And these people, so it's very different. So anyway, just to sort of point that out, because yogurt is very healthy, but it is one of those things that as athletes, there's certain foods, that runners don't do a lot of that. What kind of distances we talking? I used to run half marathons, Kat. I'm talking like 13 and a half miles. And if I was out running for days like that, oh, I would do half marathon distances, maybe even up to 20 miles in a day. I'm not like an ultra runner. I didn't like to run full marathons. I was like, the longest I liked to run was halves. But oh yeah, I could be out running up to 20 miles because I would go for hours. And around here in Virginia Beach, all around the place. But I would make sure I was really stacked up, like making sure that I had plenty of extra sunscreen. I mean, like it's out in your plan doing it. And you've prepared the day before, you've hydrated. There's a lot, when you're preparing to do some of those long runs, you're preparing. So it's a lot involved in it. Certain shoes, you don't ever wear the same shoes every day. You have different shoes for different types of runs. There's a lot involved, a lot more involved. There's different types of runs depending on what you're trying to achieve: speed work, fartleks, distance, gentle cardio, endurance, just depending, especially when you're doing distance running. And the diet can be very specific as well. So yeah. How many miles is when people, oh yeah, oh gosh. Well, because the reason why they do that is they do that if you're racing. Now, if you are obviously just out for a distance comfort run, you're not going to poop your pants. You're going to find somewhere to go and poop. Do you know what I mean? But I've luckily never had that issue. I have thrown up after races where I've raced so hard I have been sick. But that usually is because they don't want to lose their place. So they'll just take the poop in the pants because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of sponsorship, there's a lot on the line, man. You can clean up some poop later on. Runners are wild. Runners are wild, man. There's some wild stuff that goes on in the world of running. I've worked, and I've also volunteered fortunately as an RN, I get paid as a volunteer, but I've done the medical tents at the end of races where people, marathons, half marathons, and especially people come up in some rough ways, man. Anyway, but yeah, that's why I'm always shocked when I see her sitting here with that full fat yogurt. It's not that she shouldn't have a couple of tablespoons or something, but she could have a small amount with some fruit, maybe a little bit of nuts and some seeds, something to make it a little bit healthier. She's sitting there just troweling out a whole full fat container of yogurt while she's just ate off a tub of hummus. And she's trying to convince people that was only 1,300 calories. I would be curious. I'm not sitting here going to calorie count her crud. Have I done a New York marathon? No, I haven't. I've done ones more here locally, Catherine. But when I was a little girl, I actually did used to run for my country in England as a little girl. So yeah, I do know what you mean. You know what I mean? I know. Thank you. I probably say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So the English in me. You know what I mean? A bathroom. Yeah, bathroom in Newtown, New Zealand. Oh, yeah. Someone will count it. Yes, Kat. Somebody will. Stanza will count it. Yes. Because that was so much. That hummus. You should have maybe a couple of the tablespoons. None of these things on surface are terrible things. She didn't really have enough greens or vegetables. And we talked about that with like Amber Lynn's meal the other day. Yeah, Sansa will come through. And how this is not going to really have you feeling full really for a very short amount of time and not give you a great deal of bang for your buck. you are so much better off filling more than half of this platter, if you may, with a lot of cruciferous vegetables and, getting more vegetable over here. And she had potato that looked fried in rice and a little bit of green salad on top. And she has that fattoush salad, which literally that stuff is soaked in oil. It's not dissimilar if you're familiar with, like, there's a salad made not dissimilarly in Cuba where they have like bread and cucumber and tomato in it, I think. And it's like the bread is fried and then they baste it in an oil. It is freaking delicious. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the most delicious things you will ever eat. But it is just soaked in oil. So, and even if it's olive oil, the amount of oil that she consumes, and then you have to think hummus is made with a ton of olive oil in it as well. So it's just oil, fried bread, oil, fried chicken, rice, probably fried in oil with the potato. I mean, just something seasoned that rice. Just why? And then all that pita bread. This is not a healthy meal. Nothing. It was not a healthy meal. She just says this just to get us going. All right, keep going, Chantel, because it's late and you want to go to bed. She's so energetic, man. That food is just giving her more energy than she can deal with. Oh, gosh. She's so interesting, too. Later. Yeah. Oh, I know.
I love dates. They're so good.
Fried bread is good. Don't get me wrong.
Dates are considered a healing.
What's this dish?
Nutritious.
It's called the dish of death, Paige. The dish of death. I know, fried bread is delicious.
And they do have a lot of fiber, so that helps with the sugar, but it is still very sweet. So I just have like one, maybe. Go radish.
She ate it all gone, guys. Every last morsel.
Down, but I never seem to realize that until after I'm done eating.
I'm surprised she's just not licking that platter, Trigger Me Elmo, right in front of us, just picking it up and just licking it down. There's the water. Look at the fingers here. She's so swollen.
Okay, that was very satisfying.
Your husband gaggled. That's so good.
Fat, carbs, protein.
Well, tell your husband I'm glad he's enjoying the content.
Hummus is very high protein, and the yogurt. So dairy, fruits and not fruit, but vegetables. So I think that will be my meal. Like I said, I'll maybe have a date and then some tea. In case, do you find after you eat dinner, you crave something sweet? I think everyone's like that.
Well, that could be just learned behavior, Chantel. I think that some things with food are learned behaviors, maybe because culturally we've given things sweet after a meal. We like sweet things. I like it when we, do fruit more than desserts for things afterwards. Oh my God. Kroger had the best deal on strawberries today. They had the biggest thing of strawberries. It was huge. It's usually like an $8 thing of strawberries, and it was $2.99. I was like, get me some of those. And so I have some strawberries that I can have on my cereal in the morning. So I like that. And a little bit of banana. Not too much banana. I always try to be cautious with banana. But here's Chantel out here trying to tell us that she's ate all this food. So she's decided to eat the majority of her calories in one meal, pretty much. And she's saying she's doing 1,800. I have questions about that meal being 1,300, but she could be right. I don't know. I think it looked a little bit higher than 1,300 because she ate so much hummus. That hummus has got to have a fair amount of calories in it. Anyway, she is certainly not anybody who should be telling us what a healthy meal is. But then to go on and say she's going to have just some hot tea and a date. I mean, that type of diet eating and the way she is approaching this particular diet, I think anybody who has any experience with having dieted, having had to manage meals, I know there's a lot of people that find that intermittent fasting is beneficial. And I think sometimes as we get older, especially as women, our appetites do change. But I think that's very different when we're dealing with somebody who has medical issues. And I think that's one of the things that we should always feel like we have to remember for her is that she is, yes, it's about 1,800 calories. Thank you, Bellatalia. I would say it looks more than the 1295 she was claiming or whatever it was, 1292. She looks like she's feeling deprived. Yeah, look at how sad she looks, Shelly. The thought of just a date and some hot tea and not eating 5 bars of chocolate is just killing her. It's killing her. And she's got to do the health arc again. I don't know. It's wild. I love it when she comes back to the health arc circle because obviously she's coming back into my wheelhouse. And so I love it when she comes back here. And I need to, every time I'm like, shoot, I need to reach out to my panelist people. I was going to see if any of them showed up today. And we'll, bring them all in and we'll have a chitty chat, and discuss this lovely, offering that Miss Chantel has here for us. She actually looks depressed. Yes, she looks very depressed. And I can't remember if she did when she came back from Canada and initially into Kuwait, and she was kind of showing her weight and she was showing her blood sugars again. And people were like, you got to get out and walk and you need to be active. And then she went out and walked and then she started the sciatica arc. But I don't remember if she looked as depressed. She was doing like the fish fry and the hubcap size pot pies and all of that stuff. And she gets this sort of mellow temperament, but I don't remember if she just seemed as kind of, she's not lethargic, but she's definitely, and I've used this word before, apathetic. Just seems like her. Can you imagine? I mean, we try to all spice up our content. We all try to talk about some of the health aspects. We try to break down the foods, talk about what's really good or bad for somebody who's dealing with type 2 diabetes, unmanaged, like Chantel. And it's, she's coming out here on her channel, and that is her delivery style. That she has no energy, and she's just, this is just wild to me. Why would you want to find this person other than what not to do? How is it inspirational? I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's got to be people who just like to watch people eat, which is wild to me. Wow. All right, let me look at my chat. She always said, honey, could just, oh, wow. Well, that's going to be a lot of calories. Ooh, especially that condensed milk. Oh, oh, wow. God, condensed milk, man. That's just a can of sugar, if I remember it correctly. Am I remembering condensed milk correctly? Isn't that the one that's like really thick and really like super like syrupy? The bread and the rice, but all sugar. Yeah, it's all carbs, Bella Italia. Absolutely. It's nothing. This is gonna make her want to go to sleep. So you imagine, just ate all this food. You're a fairly inactive person as it is. And then she's probably going to go take a sleep because she's got nothing really to clean up other than this platter because she probably didn't cook anything. So she can literally just sleep on that meal. She's not going to be taking a walk, which would be advisable if you're going to eat a meal this size. Go take a little walk. It's very good for the digestive system to walk after a meal. It helps get things moving. It's very good. You know, it's hard if the neighborhood isn't safe. So just walk up and down in your home if you want, you know, but do it for 5 or 10 minutes. Just get it going. I mean, there's always a solution, even if you feel silly, you know, but there are solutions. And she is more than likely going to just go to sleep on this because I can't imagine her having any energy to do anything else afterwards, in my honest opinion. She's obsessed with the fasting thought. Yeah. And I'm wondering, is she like, is she thinking that, okay, I'm going to start reducing calories? And I thought that during Ramadan, is it started officially? I don't want to sound ignorant. I know that I was listening to it last night, but I didn't see the exact date because it looks like it's daylight coming through the window. And I would think that they're not, they don't eat in the day, I thought was what it was, and that their eating was only after sunset, is what I remember. It's after sunset. So, unless she's doing it as a medical exemption with the diabetes, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm not sure. She had a serving plate. Right. That thing is huge. I mean, this is enormous. I have like traditional, somebody laughed one time because they saw it, but I actually have like the old Corningware. If you remember the Corningware set, because they don't break for anything. And so I still have a Corningware set that is, I don't even know how old, but the plates are like normal size little plates. And it does help with portion control when you don't have enormous plates like that. She's no portion control. She eats like, that thing is huge. And she ate like probably a takeout meal. Because guess what? If this is a takeout, she only probably had half the chicken. She probably got a full roast. Okay. And then there's definitely more of that rice and potato than somewhere else. That was not all the rice and potato that's cooked. And rice and potato, man. Rice and potato. Oh my God, I'm just shaking my head, man. I'm shaking my head. Can that be the diabetes? What, Pam? You're going to have to ask the question about the diabetes a little bit better for me to be able to answer fully for you. Clarify for me, and I'll answer. Unless somebody answered in the chat. Oh, the depressed energy. Okay, now I'm on track. Okay. Potentially. I mean, potentially. Or any of other potential, some of the conditions, the heart disease, actually. If she has the enlarged heart that they talked about, sometimes the cardiac things can actually precipitate kind of people can get sort of depressed on it and low energy with it and so forth. So if it were, and the diet, I mean, definitely any of her chronic conditions could impact her energy and how she's behaving over time. She just does not look good. I mean, we've seen Chantel over the years. I've watched her, you know, like I said before, through other reaction channels, and long before she met Nader and Dee Dee and all those folks. So I remember her from a while back ago, and I just don't remember this here. And I don't think she was even using filters as much in those days. Maybe she was. I'm not sure. She looks sickly. She does look really bad. She looks bad. Back then, I already knew she's not going to be able to do it on her own. She really needs inpatient. We've said this 1,000 times. She really does look sick. Right. Oh, you think her eyes look yellow, Green Dragon? Oh. That is, oh, You bring up something interesting. Because you guys always spot stuff, and we don't always spot stuff. That's why the audience is so great. Because that, to me, is hallmark for jaundice for the liver. Once you see the yellowing of those pupil areas, that is a jaundice. And that means liver failure. That is not good. And it's hard to know with Chantel because of the fact that she uses so many filters. I wish I could see her sclera without a filter. Because if she's really yellowing, that is not good. Ooh, we're going to have to look out. We're going to have to look out. Yes, we're going to have to look out. Good spots. We've had some excellent spots tonight, guys. Carnation condensed. Oh, my Lord. Take the waddle. She's ashamed how she looks. She won't go alone. Yeah. And there's also been talk, too, that potentially Salah was not giving her the freedom that she would need to have to really do stuff. Walking down, right. Absolutely. My doctor was very encouraging, for that. Saying that, and you need to do it for like a little bit of a consistent period of time. It's, like do it, 20 or 30 minutes, a consistent little paced walk. People always used to say, oh, but I'm busy in the house. I do chores in the house. I walk in the house. And I would always have to remind patients at the cardiac rehab and the cardiac patients that I work with it, yes, you are burning calories, but it's a little different when you go consistently because you're consistently then also working the cardiac muscle as well. So it's better. And the stomach then, because you're doing better blood flow with the heart, means that heart is going to be able to get better blood flow to your stomach and your gastric region and help you then digest your food so much better. So I always say, and then obviously the benefits of that are lower blood sugars as well, because you're using that blood sugar in order to actually have energy because you're walking. So there's so many benefits to that. It doesn't have to be all hardcore HIIT exercise or, being in the latest fad. I always like to say, if you're joining us here, bring out your little hand weights and do little weights when you go along. And, just simple things can keep you in. And it's diet. It really is diet at the end of the day. People always wonder, how do you keep your belly trim and all this, that, and the other? It really is about diet and what you choose to eat at the end of the day. And this type of food that Chantel is going to have ate here is only going to put weight on you, especially for her, because her pancreas has died 6 years ago. Right. She looks sickly. She just doesn't look good. Hey, come on in. She said it's a lamp. Okay. Oh, I see. Thank you. Thank you, JB. You're right. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. See, this is why I need my audience. I can see now the lamp shade and the light here. Okay. Thank you. Well, see, that's terrible. Because it's the middle of the night and she just chowed down all that. Oh, God, that makes it worse, girl. JB, you just made it worse for me, girl. Oh, Lord. Serving spoon, too. And fingers. That's where she lost the ring. She had liver issues with the yellow eyes. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Fasting is hard for regular folks. Right. It is very difficult. It's difficult. And I think a lot of practitioners don't try to encourage people because a lot of people, especially if you're having any other type of chronic conditions or managing any illnesses, probably fasting, unless it's specifically in conjunction with your healthcare provider, and they're like, yes, this is going to help this condition, I probably would steer clear of any of it. Because you're going to be fasting if you're, stopping your meals at 7:00 at night, say, and then you don't go till the next morning. You're still probably going to get a good 12 to 13 hour time period where you're not eating. And I think it's, my thought is then you have a better amount of time than to spread your meals throughout the day and be able to keep your blood sugars more even. And that's the big thing with people with things like type 2 diabetes is you really don't want your blood sugars spiking up and down tremendously throughout the day. You really want to kind of keep it as even as possible so that you're not putting too much stress on your pancreas at the end of the day and you're being a little bit, kinder on your organs. So, I mean, that's part of being, a good steward to your own body. And I think it's so important because, especially for me, it's kind of how I see stuff is healthcare is very expensive. So, whatever we can do to be able to just be more preventative and, take care of not waiting too long to get medical care. So, being a mix of understanding how it is to eat well, to eat balanced, understanding that diet plays a huge role in our health, that a lot of the foods that we've been sold are food aren't really food. Be very weary of all of these miracle supplements, diets, anything that's a fad, and just eat kind of food that your great grandma would recognize. And, just because they didn't eat all the stuff that we ate, just, that's kind of my best nursey advice on that from fasting at Ramadan. She's, I just think that gosh, she just seems miserable, man. She just seems miserable. She really does. She would be exempt. She would be exempt, exactly, because she is type 2 diabetic. But she decided that she didn't want to be exempt because she's so, devout, obviously. Yeah, yeah. It's all talk. Exactly. Yeah. She lies. She lies. Look at the face. She's already knows, but she doesn't look good. She really doesn't. Okay, let's see what she has to say, and then we'll finish this up for a lovely Friday night. Thank you for joining me, guys. It's coming up a little bit up to midnight. I don't want to keep your husbands from your company.
But that's about it. So thank you for having dinner with me. And I'll see you and the guys in the next video.
Oh, I wanted to stop her
Bye.
on the eyes. Oh, no, I missed it. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, girl. Hold on. I just wanted to see her eyes at the end, if I can. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oh, look at that. I wish I could zoom in. Can I zoom in? Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom. Doesn't, unfortunately, is it working? Let's see. I don't think it's coming in. Unfortunately, I don't know if you could see the sclera of the eyeballs here. Now, obviously, we know Chantel uses filter. We know this. We know she's filter queen. Is she looking more yellow here? I know she loves it when we stare at her and analyze everything. That's her favorite thing for us to do. She loves it. She loves the analyzing. But you should be grateful, girl. We're giving you free medical advice here. Okay, I understand healthcare in Kuwait, very expensive. And we're over here being like a free medical team. I got all sorts of people over here helping out. I got pharmacists. We get registered dietitians in the chat. I've still got to reach out and get my diabetes educator over here. Maybe one of my pharmacists one day, if they'd like to, will come on in and panel with us one night if they'd like to. Bellatalia, you're more than welcome. Louise, and the other, you're more praying. Absolutely. I'm tripping. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that that was a funeral page. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear. I'm condolences if you lost anybody in your family. And if we're giving you a little bit of, relief from a very, stressful time in the family, then I'm glad we're able to give you that at this time. Because even for that, we do even need a little bit of a respite. So I'm glad we're doing that for you, girl. Filter probably whitens her eyes. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Do you think she looks jaundiced? She does look jaundiced to you, Bellatalia? I know. I would love to see the sclera without filter. I mean, I have seen some wild jaundice on patients with liver failure, especially, at the end with cirrhosis of the liver and the jaundice really kicking in. Yeah, I'm curious. Oh, I'm so sorry, Paige. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear you lost your dad. That's hard. I'm sorry. You're gonna make me cry, girl. Don't do that. I cry real easy. Like, yeah, we're so sorry. Well, prayers to you and your family. At least, yeah, prayers to you, Miss Page. Absolutely. We're so sorry. And, and just, yeah, absolutely. And, I'm so glad that we can be here and give you community at this time because that's so important. So, yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah, we're very sorry to hear that. Yeah. No, you're not dumping, girl. We don't believe no, don't worry. Okay? I know that there's been controversy about that with other yeah. And just to clarify, you are not. We are all human here. You were just saying something in passing. I asked about it. You clarified. And now we just are all glad that you are here, that you feel comfortable to share that. And that in a very difficult time for you, that we can just offer you prayers and give you a little bit of a laugh at this time. Because Foodie is, gotta do something because this girl miserable over here. So yeah, don't you worry. It's not a dump. And Foodie is a trauma dump. Okay, she queen trauma dump. Even though she's out here calling this the most satisfying meal, her energy was a 1 out of 20. So she is dumping on the audience in subtle ways because she's calling it healthy. She's talking about her calorie restriction. She's gone into Ramadan. And this is, this is the energy that she's presenting. And it's for show in some ways too. So I know she don't feel good, but I also know with Foodie sometimes there is always play in there. Always play. Yeah. Always. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there are people who care. Absolutely. Yeah, we're a caring community over here. I'm always still the nurse with the warm hugs, girl. I'm behind the avatar because my nose looks like Rudolph tonight. And I'm vain. Like any good woman, I still have my vanity and I still want to look cute. So I put up a cute picture of me looking fit because I know Foodie thinks we all are just fat basement trolls over here who've got no lives. So I just, I want to make sure she knows that I certainly am a fat basement troll with no life. Absolutely. We're here for you. Absolutely, girl. You feel, yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. We've been here for a couple of hours now. I'm glad we were able to give you guys company, give some chuckles to some husbands, give some gasps, give you hopefully a little bit of some food for thought tonight. Hopefully, some good ideas. Bella Italia, if you are ever feeling like you want to come on and panel with me and go behind an avatar and discuss Foodie, and you can just, go, like I said, behind an avatar like I am tonight and want to discuss this with the panel, you are very welcome. And we can make that happen if you like. And I'm sure people would love to hear some of your thoughts as a pharmacist, because I have a lot of respect for the pharmacy community and the knowledge that you guys have to have in order to do your jobs. The unsung heroes during COVID, guys, were the pharmacists. Okay, they had to work some crazy stuff. And there were a lot of unsung heroes that we had in healthcare during that time. So I would love to have you on. Love to have you on a panel because our audience loves the panels. So we are definitely going to do more of those. I'm definitely going to do more of those. So don't you worry, guys. Exactly. You guys have a great weekend and a great night. My little puppy over here has been snoring away. Oh, EM is a sweetheart. She is a sweetheart. She's an absolute sweetie. She is. You would? Well, great. Well, because you join on in, I'll just, what we'll do is I'll just drop a link in the chat and you just, pop on the stage and I'll bring you onto the stage. So next time we'll plan to do that. If you show up on in here and we're doing a food or something, we'll just add you in on here. Because I know the chat would love that. And then you can actually see the chat and we can interact and we'll have a blast. Because it's way more fun. It's way more fun. Happy weekend. You get home safe. Safe drive, okay? Be safe. All right, guys. Yeah, we'd love to have you guys here. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much. If you haven't had a chance to have a little like of this tonight, I appreciate it. Thank you for joining me on this Friday. I didn't know if I was going to go live or not, but I had gone out. I was out with a friend. We'd had I'm going to admit I had a cocktail. I did have a cocktail, but just a cocktail at this little restaurant that we go to. It was very busy in Virginia Beach tonight. There was a lot of people out. It was hopping down at the ocean front. So we went to our favorite little happy hour place. That's just very nice. We love it there. Excellent little place. Anyway, we were there and I came on home. And I was like, let me go live with this great group. And I'm so glad I did. And I had a great time. And I think I am having way more energy at close to midnight than Foodie shows. And I'm way older than Foodie, man. Way older. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. You guys enjoy your weekend too. And it was fun. And Bella Italia, we're definitely going to get you on next time. Okay. So next time, probably not, I don't know, maybe Sunday. I'm thinking about something for Sunday. So if you're available Sunday, we would love to have you join us. That would be such a blast. We'd have fun. What was your cocktail? I had a vegan white Russian. So it was probably Tito's vodka. It was vegan oat milk. I think Kahlua and something else in it. But it was all vegan. So it was it wasn't dairy milk. So it made it much lower calories. And I was so excited because I could never drink white Russians because they always have like milk in it. So I was like, oh, this is good. Oh, it's delicious. Yes. And they have a happy hour. So all the drinks are like, I mean, it's not the cheapest place. It's a nice little farm to table restaurant, but they have the best happy hour. It's very good. It's very good. So comparatively to other places, and I'll just finish up. The other week I went there, I had two sour beers because I like a craft beer, a salad, and a spicy bean burger, and it was $24, which is like next to nothing. So anyway. Oh, thank you for saying it was an awesome show. I appreciate it. You may be working Sunday? Well, then we'll do a different one. Oh, you're on call. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Oh, I understand that one. Oh, gosh. God, I hate call. Gosh. Oh, I do not enjoy call. I will not take jobs with call anymore at the moment. I'm like, nope. Oh, my gosh. Okay, this is an aside. Kahlua. Milk. That was your drink? Yes, and this was made with oat milk, Des. And so I think that lowers the calories slightly. It was very good. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh, I had never seen it with the oat milk at a bar before, or a restaurant, I should say. Excellent. It was so good. And I actually am a big fan, and I only get it at the holidays, is the Bailey's that's made with the almond milk instead of the regular cream. And it is so good. I think it's an acquired taste, but it has that Bailey's Irish cream, but it's almond milk. Oh my goodness. I only get it at Christmas and Thanksgiving because it's too good. But that's my holiday drink. That's like my treat drink. So I have to say, I do like those like liquor milky drinks. But anyway, well, we'll see you next time, Harry. You love the I know, me too. I do too. I'm not like I'm a social drinker, but there are certain little drinks like that I enjoy. Not really like, other than that. Like I like the girly drinks, I guess you could say. I like the girls' drinks. You like the Baileys. I know. And I like this one because it's made with almond milk. So I think the calories on it are slightly less because it being almond milk instead of the cream. And I love it. Oh, it comes in the most beautiful bottle. The bottle is beautiful. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. Oh, oh yeah. You like the salted? Oh, that sounds good. I used to make fresh eggnog. God, that was so God. That's a lot of calories in an eggnog, man. That's a lot of calories. No, I'm not a pisshead. No, I'm not a pisshead, Catherine. No, I'm not. I've always been a terrible drinker. Even with my friends in England, I never tried to keep up with drinking like that. No, I am a lightweight. I'm an absolute lightweight. And like I said, I enjoy like a girl's drink, if you know what I mean. But I don't have any alcohol ever really kept in my home. I don't have liquor or anything like that. I just, I like I said, it's just not my jam. Even though I've been accused of being drunk on my channel because of my lisp. But anyway, that's another story. I was a bit younger, but not. Yeah, and like I said, I think I actually am allergic to alcohol. Like not allergic, but I have a high intolerance to it in some ways. Like I didn't need very much alcohol in order to become very intoxicated and become very sick and like throwing up sick. Like all night long sick. And that to me is like an intolerance up to almost an allergic reaction. So, and it wasn't very much. So, because of that, I can tolerate just a little bit of alcohol, but I would never want to get like super slam drunk because it was just not worth it. It's not worth it to me. So, anyway, guys, I'm sure we don't want to hear about my alcohol intolerance issues. And I just wish you all a very happy weekend, a very safe weekend. If Foodie does anything exciting, I may come live again. Someone who's actually allergic to weed? I'm sure there are. I'm sure. I'm sure there are compounds that would make them allergic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean, but anyway, that's a whole, oh my goodness, I could get into a whole conversation because I was listening to some very interesting studies that were talked about on the doctor's radio about marijuana and pain reduction and exercise and all sorts of fascinating things. I love listening to studies and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. Well, you're welcome, Catherine. You have a good day. You're out in New Zealand, correct? Well, you have a good day in New Zealand. You say hey to that beautiful country to me. What a beautiful country. She breaks out even around someone who smokes it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, she's going to be running out of places to live in the United States soon if she's in the US because it's like going legal everywhere. Even my state is talking about the shops because they've legalized it in Virginia, but they're still looking for like retail legalization, I guess. And the governor doesn't like it and so forth. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. It's the difficulty, or not the difficulty, is you can go to other ports and it's so close to DC where it is legal, it doesn't matter. Yes, thank you, Jamie. Don't forget to hit the likes and subscribes. All right, guys. I can tell I'm getting close to midnight and close to my bedtime because I'm starting to waffle. So I'm going to remove Miss Foodie from the stage. I am going to say goodnight. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful weekend. I don't, like I said, if she does something wild, I may come live again. So, anyway, thank you guys for just joining me. I have so much fun. I told my friends, and surprisingly, my friends actually watch my content. Can you believe that? I had friends of mine who confessed to me that they watched me last weekend. It was my guy friend Rob and his girlfriend, and they were actually having a pretty good laugh. They like my glitters content. That is their favorite, is watching glitters. They love my glitters. So anyway, guys, we will do glitters again because that was a lot of fun. All right. I'm gonna bring up my little song, Legal Over Canada. Shoot, you go to DC, man. I went up there for a rally once. I won't, obviously, I don't get my politics in here, but I'm pretty liberal. Let's just put it that way. And anyway, it was all over DC. At least the rally I went to, I could smell it everywhere. Thanks, nurse, and well, you're welcome. You guys enjoy your weekend too. Look at me all this. I was much younger in this picture, by the way. I just trying to play with Chantel. Oh yeah, Vancouver's different. Yeah, yeah. You love a liberal nurse? Yeah, I'm a liberal nurse. I'm a liberal nurse. I'm very liberal. My friends are I have a mix, but most of my friends are pretty liberal. Yeah, we're way more fun than liberal nurses. All right, guys. I'm bringing up my theme song and just hope you all the best. It's all around all the states around me. It's legal. I'm sure we'll hold out the last to legalize it. Well, you know what? The good news is it's very easy to travel in the United States. if that's part of your goal, do you know what I mean? I can let you know that I've known very high up medical people that probably participate in some crazy marijuana smoking. Smokes in California. Yeah, yeah, they do. I know. I know. I was listening the other day, some lady who was in her 70s who was in Virginia. It was on the doctor's radio. There's been a recent study about using marijuana before exercise and whether that actually helps people endure exercise for longer. And what the studies were showing, and it was just with people smoking the cannabis flower, because it was the way that they could get the study to be controlled and randomized, is that people were exercising for longer and with more reduced pain. And so we're asking people to call in with their stories. And there was this little old lady who was like I shouldn't say little old lady, but she was in her 70s calling in from Virginia, of all places. Oh, I like to smoke marijuana before I go work out at the gym. I was like, oh my God, this is getting wild. She was very open about it. It was funny. I was laughing. It's never going to happen in South Carolina. Girl, you know it's never happening in South Carolina. Why are you even thinking that way? Never happening in South Carolina. I know. And you would think, because, the tobacco states, you would think they'd be all for it. But South Carolina, no, probably not. I hate to say it. I worked in South Carolina as a nurse down in Rock Hill. God. And the thing is, no, it won't be legal in South Carolina, but you'll see some people do some crazy drugs. Because I saw a guy just smoking meth in a car right next to me. Right there in Rock Hill, man. Oh. But yeah, if they won't legalize marijuana. Not in South Carolina, man. Not in South Carolina. Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Not currently. I'll give it a try. There you go, Jamie. I tell you, they say you will work out for longer and enjoy it more. That's what this little old lady was saying. I shouldn't say little old lady. That was what the senior member of our community who was calling into a medical program was stating. Oh, and just no, not everything. Look, girl. Everyone, there's a means and a way in South Carolina. I know that for sure because I have friends who live in South Carolina down in Fort Mills. I love South Carolina. I love Charleston. It's a beautiful city. I love South Carolina. People are awesome in South Carolina. I had a great time. They're very nice. One of the nicest states I've ever actually. You guys are so nice in South Carolina. Very welcoming. When I worked in South Carolina, everybody was like, come to dinner, come do this, come out. Of all the states I traveled in, the people who were just like the people who worked in the offices, super nice, super nice. You guys rock. You rock there. Yeah, in Arizona? Wow. I love me some desert land. That's a long way. Arizona, that's a long way from where I'm at. You love Rock Hill? Oh, yeah. Rock Hill is really nice. Fort Mills is real pretty too. That whole Catawba River. I could talk about that South Carolina, Catawba, Charlotte area. I love that area. That's one of my favorite places. Bay Area, Oakland. Oh, well, hello, my Californians. I love that. I love all these different places. They tried to legalize in New Zealand. Oh, I'm surprised, but they're very strict in Australia. They're wild with their weed laws in Australia, man. They'll ruin a life in Australia with some weed stuff. It's I saw something, yeah, about that's wild. It's wild. I haven't bothered with it even though, yeah. Pam, you got your horses, girl. You don't need that stuff. You don't need to worry about that stuff. But there are just some studies that if people are starting to have, chronic pains, that potentially it could relieve the pain. Maybe it does something to the pain receptors and enables people to actually get some physical activity as they're aging in a much more, potentially less addictive, funny talking about marijuana, but say than using like an opioid pain medication or something like MS Cotton, which I used to have to give to elderly people all the time for pain. So yeah, that's what they're talking about with that. Yeah. Oh yeah. We do. You have yes. Oh yeah. The Carolina. You're welcome. Yeah, Carolina, the Atrium, and the Carolina Healthcare, what used to be called Carolina's health system. I worked at the Levine Cancer Institute up there. That's where I was at. Oh, 10 p.m. Stage 4 cancer. Yes, they absolutely do. And in Virginia, they did too. In fact, in the hospice that I worked at, we did have patients. Now, we would note if they smoked their vaporizer with their marijuana, and we would annotate that into the chart just to say that patient has verbalized that they smoked their marijuana vaporizer or something of that nature. But we definitely allow that in hospice without problem. Absolutely. Especially for cancer patients. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there is an understanding that it helps with their appetite, pain control, and just anxiety and so on. And so at the end of the day, the benefits for the patient outweigh any risk from the drug. Oh, yeah. You guys should all get together. Absolutely. All right, guys. I'm going to bring up my thing. I had a great time. As always, I love chatting with you guys. I'm going to take me off the stage and bring my theme music to the stage and just wish you all adieu.